Yo, what is going on, man? We're back. We missed a week. The weather was horrible, and, our teams didn't do too well in the wild card, so we needed some time away. But we are back. This is episode 22 of the Steagles podcast, and this is our divisional / conference week episode. And, man, we're going to get right into it. Obviously, our teams are out of here. We won't be talking much about our teams. We will be giving our opinions as we'll be talking about the scores, but yeah, we're moving on. We're ready for next year. Let's go, baby. You know what time it is. It's the Steagles podcast where we talk
all Steelers,
all Eagles, all NFL. Let's go.
Let's get it.
All right, man. So
we're still here.
It's been a great season. We're here.
I'm proud of you for surviving.
I would have loved for either one of our teams to still be in the hunt right now, so that we can have something, a joy to talk about. Right. Because now we're going to talk about other teams' glories, and that sucks.
But it still is going to be all NFL, so we still here though for that part.
Yes, sir. So let's get right to it. Wild card round. We had the Browns and the Texans. The Texans blow the Browns out the water 45-14. That game was crazy. I did not think that game was going to be what it was. 45-14. I did not think the Browns defense was going to collapse like that. At home. No, not at home. The Browns were the Texans was at home. So they were this was a away game for the Browns. But how did you feel about that game?
I mean, I picked the Texans, but I didn't expect the Browns to perform like that. The Texans look good, and the Browns look like they never look throughout the season. I don't know, maybe the second game of the season, something like that, they played the Steelers and they look really bad. But other than that, they never look like that. And this is supposed to be like one of the best defense. And the Texans, just whooped them though. So that's pretty cool.
Great win from the rookie CJ Stroud. Man, does he look way better than Bryce Young right now? Like he just the two different quarterbacks. I don't know why they passed up on CJ Stroud, but yeah, man,
he looks better than most quarterbacks actually.
Yeah. So Texans 45. Browns 14. The other game we had was Packers-Cowboys. This brought me joy. At least this, I got something to talk about. So real quick, shout out to Ace, bro. We was going to have him last week when we were going to record, but, we never got to be able to record because of the weather and, all the other situation. We were being funny about us losing, but we would have recorded had other things not popped up as weather and such, but shout out to Ace, shout out to Nico, shout out to everybody who's partaked in this podcast.
Who we had at the podcast.
Anybody who's joined us here in the podcast, I just want to give you a quick shout out, starting with Ace because we're talking about the Cowboys. But so Cowboys lose 32, Packers put up 48. Boy, I watched that game and I went off, bro. I could not believe what the Packers were doing at home. At home, they were 15-0. At home, I believe, or I think it was 15 straight that they had won at home, and they lose to the Packers. And I don't care what the score looks like. The score was really 48-17 or something like that. That's the real score to me. Right. These are all garbage points they got at the end. I mean, if you really want to go there,
you really want to go there.
They put up half of the points they ended up with in the fourth quarter. That was garbage time. So the score was really 16. So it takes 7 away. That was 41-17 was the real score.
Right.
When you can tell that they were like, all right, this is it. Like, we're done trying.
Right. But these are the numbers that really matter.
Yeah.
Prescott interception. How many?
Dos, papi.
You're gonna lose.
2.
You're gonna lose. You know what he said? He said at the beginning of the season, he said, I'm not gonna throw more than 10 interceptions. Is that what he said? Who says that?
He said that.
I said that. Who says that? It's
and
like
you know how many he had?
More than 10 at the end of the season.
11.
I know.
11. He had 9. He had 9 interceptions, and then wild card.
The games that matter. When we're talking about the games that matter, this is what we're talking about. The games that matter. 2 of them. Yeah, you're probably gonna lose.
We gotta ask Dak. If I had the chance to ask him, I would ask him, did you mean that you weren't gonna have 10 interceptions in the regular season or in the season in total? Because he literally has 11 interceptions for the season. And I'm not gonna sit here and talk about like, hey, because my quarterback definitely had a horrible year with turnovers. He had 15 picks this year. So, that's bad.
But once again, when you publicly say, oh, I'm not going to throw, you throw that number.
I was about to get
there. You throw a number there? Like, why are you so like, I don't know. You don't have confidence in yourself. You
No.
saying that if you're not gonna throw more than 10 interceptions. Like, what matters is winning.
That's true.
At the end of the day, and you didn't do it, and you threw 11 interceptions. So it's not doesn't add up.
I think it was Jinx that he even talked about it. He should have never even said it.
I know I was thinking about it the whole time.
Because we would have never been talking about it right now.
Why would you say, "Oh, I'm gonna do this"? You're supposed to not throw interceptions.
Yeah, just do it
all the time. But
just do
it happened again. It happened again. So the Cowboys, they had a great roster. We can say they had a good season. But at the end of the day, they always gonna self-destruct. I think that's the term that we use in the past. Self-destruct.
You know where I felt like the Cowboys.
Carlos Serrano, self-destruct. I told you. I told him. And
You know where I feel like the Cowboys struggled. They let Zeke go.
Nah, I don't know about that,
bro. I feel like that power back that they had. I feel like
definitely they lack that that solid running game that they used to have a little. At least they used to have more balance. Now they don't have anything.
Yeah.
And then he's too.
Now you're making Pollard have to take all the load, and now it's not. It wasn't the same when last year when Pollard didn't have to take those reps. Now you know what I'm saying. Like Zeke was taking the heavy reps, and not heavy as far as count, but heavy as far as running right up the middle or going right. Punishment. Of course. So they don't have that now. Pollard has to do all that, and I feel like that's that's not who he is, in my opinion.
Coaching is suspect. Playmakers and leaders are suspect.
Yeah.
Quarterback never comes through. So at the end of the day, same thing.
Yo, his stats was nice though. 41 for he threw the ball 60 times,
and then
403, 3 touchdowns, and then you see the 2 picks, and I'm like, damn, and that's why they lost.
Before the wildcard thing, we say they're trash teams that are gonna play still. You know what I'm saying, including the Steelers. So if we gotta say the top 3 trash teams in the playoffs that made it to the playoffs, who you gonna say?
The Bucks.
The Bucks beat the Eagles.
Yeah, but they're trash, bro. The Bucks. The Eagles. You want to say had been playing trash or they are trash? Playing like trash or they are trash? Because the Eagles were playing like trash. They're not trash.
I'll take the Bucks. Give me the next 2 though.
No disrespect, but
no disrespect.
No
Every
disrespect,
single time, you don't have to say it. You don't have to say it. I already know. So who will be number 3? Every single time somebody says no disrespect, bro. Like everybody knows that.
Chill, B.
No, you try.
Chill, B.
Yo.
I think the Browns will be the other team. I think the Rams were better. If I say I would pick the Rams over the Steelers because they were they were more efficient in my opinion. They were on a streak.
I feel like you've been waiting to say this stuff though.
No, you asked, motherfucker. You asked.
No, I'll give it to you. All right, so go ahead. My bad.
You're good, but yeah, no. So I would say Steelers, Bucks, and the Browns were probably the 3 worst teams.
Decent.
Then the next tier was the Texans, the Packers, the Rams, the Eagles. Cowboys, I put the Eagles with the Rams and them.
A lot of trash. Bottom line, that's what I wanted to really say.
Cowboys aren't the same as the Eagles. I think they're not dirt, but they're trash in the playoffs because it changes, right. Because we're talking only playoff right now.
In the playoffs, the Steelers were dirt the whole time.
Yeah.
Before they made it to the playoffs.
Dirt. All right. So enough about the Packers Cowboys. We had too much fun with that one.
They were not them boys this year.
They were not. They hit the cycle. They hit the cycle. They always do it every year.
You told me about the cycle. You told me about the cycle.
It's every year. It's the same cycle.
It's the hype and then the fall.
Yeah.
Something like that, right?
Yes, sir. It's repetitive. So next game we're gonna talk about Eagles Buccaneers. Obviously, man, fucking Bucks, man. Eagles. It was more so the Eagles than it was the Bucks. The Bucks came out and executed their game plan. The Eagles just, I don't know, bro. We look so bad. Like, I mean, we just look bad in so many aspects
throughout the season.
Throughout the season. Even though when we were 10-1, I was trying to be so confident and just trying to have hope. And you know what I mean? And people are looking at me like I was crazy. I don't give a damn. I'm an Eagles fan. It's a Philly thing. But I knew that at some point this shit was gonna come back to hunt us. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna lose something because of it. And obviously we lost our season because of it. So well deserved. Bucks, you guys came out, did your job. But that's all I gotta say on the Eagles. We're gonna be back next year. We got a lot of good moves. We hiring a new OC, new DC. We fired them.
Right.
If you guys haven't seen already. So we're definitely making moves.
A lot of good players.
We still have the pieces. Now we need the brains now. All right. So that's where we're at. Say what you want to say. Go Birds all day, every day. Eagles Nation. And shout out to all my Bird fans, bro. Real quick, Frank. Shout out to Len. Who else? Anthony, Corey.
Yep.
Corey was on the very first episode. Remember? Right. My Uncle Gio. Shout out to all my Eagles fans. Much love. Nico. Again, I shouted you out earlier one more time. Will. All my people. Yep. Shout out.
Wayne.
Yes, sir. Eagles all day, every day. We'll be back next year. Next game, we're gonna talk about Rams Lions. That was a really good game. Lions walked away barely by 1 point. Crazy game. It was a really good game to watch. I thought it was going to be the worst game of all. It was actually I actually enjoyed watching it. So I can't be mad. I thought the Rams were going to come through, but they did not.
Really didn't think that the Lions could be trusted, but they proved me and other people wrong. So you got to respect them. But the Rams also had chances to win that game, and they at the end of the day they didn't execute. The Rams have been winning, or at least making it deep for a few years now, and they're like a team that surprises. But they got pretty good talent.
Yeah. Next up, we'll go with Dolphins Chiefs first. Dolphins Chiefs 26-7. It was too cold for them. It was too cold for them boys out there. The Dolphins are not ready for that, bro. You can just tell they're not built for that type of game.
Right. Yeah, of course. That sucks. That sucks to play like that in that condition.
Yeah.
It sucks for everybody. So you have to be strong mentally and and physically too, because everything feels different. You know what I'm saying? When you hit the ground, that thing is like brick.
Yeah.
And nobody's comfortable.
No.
But at the end of the day, same time when they play earlier, better players, better quarterback, better coach. So it's understandable. You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't surprise me at least.
I seen a video of Tyreek at the line with his hands like this lined up and his trying to keep his hands warm. Dude, you're in the playoffs. You know what happened?
Right.
He had his hands in there, and as soon as they snapped the ball, he tried to take his hands out.
They punk him.
Dude, they put him right on the ground. I was like, oh man,
but you know
Tyreek,
what I said?
What are you doing?
You know what I said that they had to do with him, right?
What?
Not with him, but just with Tua, him, and the whole Dolphins team.
Hit him up.
You gotta hit him up. Hit him up. Hit him up. Like you say, he was just chilling.
Yeah.
He was like too cold.
Yeah, man, they weren't ready for that.
Ball snap. They hit him up, and he hit the deck too.
I feel like the thing they were missing was they needed an edge. They needed some physicality, and I don't think the Dolphins brought that. I just don't think they had that. You know what I'm saying? And obviously it showed.
Right.
But hey, it is what it is. The Chiefs moved on. Next game, Steelers-Bills. Steelers-Bills. Regardless of the score, 31-17, the game was not as far as the score makes it seem. It was closer than it appears to be, but at the end, the Bills handled their business and ended up walking away with the win, and the Steelers choked. But they were playing with their third string quarterback.
Right.
I mean, they're not the Niners. They're not expecting to go to a Super Bowl with their third string. So, I mean, you guys had struggles all year. We knew exactly what was going to happen. Obviously, our prediction was right on the Steelers. Our prediction on the Eagles was wrong. I thought we were going to win the Super Bowl this year. We didn't. Right. We said you guys were going to be 500 or better, and sure enough, you did. So, what do you have to say about your season and Bills and Steelers game?
Well, specifically about the game, real quick. Bills, of course, took care of business. Allen won the game, right? But because honestly, he was expected to win that game. I don't think that it was really a challenge for the Bills. Like you said, the Steelers are playing with a third string quarterback, and anybody can think of whatever they want about Rudolph. But I saw some things that I already knew, but in this game that you don't want that to be your quarterback. Just staring at the cornerbacks straighten the eyes and just throwing interceptions or not being able to throw it somewhere else or make another read. Things like that. Like Rudolph is definitely not the solution. 100%. If you think that he is the solution, then you don't know football though. So we're gonna leave it at that right now.
Yeah, we like I said, we keep an insurance simple with our teams. We obviously all saw what happened. We all know what we got to fix, and it's really really obvious. So there's not much to say. So
basically, those games, it was a reflection of the whole season. Basically, they were unable to do the things that they could have done the whole season. So basically, more of the same stuff that maybe we can get into details in a little bit.
Yeah. So before we read the scores, obviously we all know the outcomes to our divisional round, which we're moving on to. I want you to tell me who did you have winning. Obviously we already know who won, but I'm gonna tell you who I had. I had the Texans beating the Ravens. Who did you have?
I had the Ravens, of course.
I had the Lions beating the Bucks.
And I had the Bucks.
You had the Bucks. I had the
Bucks because I don't trust the Lions, or I didn't trust the Lions. Still don't. But
we'll see,
that's why I picked the Bucks.
Gotcha.
I thought that Evans and Mayfield could have made
some noise because they beat the Eagles, the struggling Eagles. So you're giving them credit because they beat the struggling Eagles.
They can score points, and I don't.
You know they barely won their division, right?
Yeah, but
and you know who's in their division? The Panthers, the Saints, and who's the other team? There's another team in there.
But they beat the Eagles.
It sucks so bad.
And they beat other teams. So now you think the Lions?
But
do you think the Lions were going to go to the Super Bowl from the gate?
Are not trash, but they were playing like trash. So I don't give anybody credit for beating us. We self-destructed. I don't give anybody credit for beating us. Other than the 49ers, the 49ers whooped our ass.
Bro,
that's the only team all season that actually handed it to us.
You almost sound like a Steelers fan.
I'm just saying, like, it's on.
That's how
we both suffered. We both suffered bad losses to the Niners, and I wish that wasn't the case. But, so Packers, 49ers. I had the Packers because I thought they were on a hot streak, and I was like, all right, man, if this young buck is gonna come out here and play like that, it's gonna be scary. But
I had the Niners.
But it was 21-24 though. That was a either way game.
Well, actually, I think you saw their Packers wide receivers' faces. Yep. At the end, do you see it? In the bench, like,
I did.
They look like, that's what happens though when you have the game.
Why is your quarterback throwing across his body going the opposite way?
You fumble the bag. You had the game. They could have, so, but here's the thing. No Debo.
Niners don't look the same.
Of course they're not going to look the same. Nobody's going to be the same, but they still won.
Yeah.
So you gotta respect that.
Yeah. Next game we had was Chiefs Bills. Obviously, I wanted the Chiefs to win because I like to troll my boss.
And of course, I had the Chiefs winning that game.
Yeah.
Because games that really, really matter, Allen is not going to show up.
Yeah.
Suddenly, he's again the MVP of the league. Suddenly, everybody's talking about how he's like, top 3 all times. And but at the end of the day, he can come through when it really, really matters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you make plays. But you don't make enough plays, and it's about winning. It's not about not even the talent that you have or the players that you have around you all the time. It has to be you making the plays when they need to be made. Yep. And he played a really good game, of course, because he's super talented. Yep. Against the Steelers, he had that 50-yard run where he just embarrassed everybody. You know what I'm saying? So he's super talented, but. Being super talented doesn't mean
he had a 50-yard run here too. I think
that you're the best or that you're a winner, and he's not a winner because he doesn't win. You know what I'm saying? He's never won anything.
No, he hasn't won anything. He gets too much credit for not winning anything. But not even
great talent, and he can even
not even an MVP, bro.
He can even be, the best, or he could be among the best. But not even close.
Yeah, no.
Not even close. So please stop. And I always said that, but it happened again. Again. Now,
not surprised though.
Now he played a good game, but he needed to make that that pass to the middle. You know what I'm saying? Where he had to step in and make one more play.
You call it 186 yards a good game? I mean, he did carry it for 72 and had 2 touchdowns on the floor, on the ground. But
No, he had chances though, and Diggs, he dropped a like 60-yard bomb, bro. Diggs dropped a pass right here.
yeah, I seen it.
Like
It literally went.
look, right here. I see, like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. And Diggs, he's really good. He's really good. I'll give it to him. But mentally, they have never come through, bro.
No.
You seen this picture of him always every time like all sad. You know what I'm saying? Like after the game.
Or watching the confetti fall and he's on.
Because you playing with Allen, bro.
But
Because you playing with Allen. I'm not gonna.
I think in order for them to actually win it, they need
Bro.
to have a like their defense needs to be like the number 1 defense in the league for them to win it, because they're gonna need to cause, if they cause a turnover on the Chiefs, they win this game.
Listen.
If they just get a fumble, a pick, if they get something, they can win this game.
If you're gonna make it to if you're gonna be a top 4 team, your defense has to be probably top 3.
Yeah.
So and have a quarterback that is not gonna make mistakes.
He
or
did.
fumble.
He didn't really make many. He didn't have any turnovers this game, as far as I'm concerned. He didn't have no no interceptions, no fumbles.
Right.
So he had a good game. Aside of not over the air, he didn't have a spectacular game through the air. He definitely ran for 72, had 2 tutties, and threw for 1 tutty with 182 yards, I think it was, or 89 yards, but it might have been 82.
But he's home too.
Yeah.
Like Stroud and Love
Yeah.
and Mayfield.
Well, that wraps up the divisional round, guys, and of course, we're here for the conference championship. I like talking about the conference championship. It reminds me of what we did to the Niners last year, and I hope that the Lions do it to the Niners like that. But we got Lions, Niners, Chiefs, Ravens. Man, it's gonna be very interesting tomorrow to see this. Who do you got?
I have the Chiefs. I said that Lamar was gonna win the MVP. That's one thing, but I'm hoping that the Ravens mess this up again. I'm just hoping and counting on that, because I said all season, I use terms like unfair and you know what I'm saying, scary. When this team gets healthy,
Yeah.
and with the weapons that Lamar has, Andrew is coming back. Who he says another security blanket. He was leading probably at least receivers in yards or receptions before he went out. You know what I'm saying? So that's not just like a regular. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
So stack, and great defense, ballers, Ravens. Football, bro. Like scary and unfair. Once again, I don't like saying anything of that, but bro. It is what it is, but I'm counting still. Somebody's going to mess up.
Yeah.
And Lamar, of course, great player, great talent. But since he's repping those colors, he cannot win. That's what I'm hoping.
So
Okay,
for me, I'm picking the Chiefs too, just because, Mahomes is Mahomes, and until they prove me otherwise, he's Mahomes. Like,
oh, no, that's exactly how I feel all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. But because he's the Ravens, so I have that extra.
oh yeah, of course, yeah. I don't like the Ravens either. So, I mean, for real, I hope it's a hell of a game. I hope Lamar has a game like Jalen Hurts did last year, and I hope it's just a very entertaining game.
It will be a great game. It will be.
But
a
of
great
course,
game.
I hope the Chiefs win. Lions, Niners. I want the Lions to whoop the Niners' ass for all of us.
I
For
know
you,
that for sure.
for me, for all the people that had to take an ass whooping by these guys that they was very careless on.
They nasty.
Yeah.
They nasty. So what's up?
What you got?
I got the Niners.
All that shit we were just talking, now you're going to pick the Niners? I thought you was on my side for a second, the way you was talking. What the hell?
Nah.
All right, I got
they
you.
whooped
I got you.
everybody because they are stacked. Come on, we said
They
it
are
like,
stacked.
listen, we knew last year. We need preseason. At the beginning of the season, firsthand when they play the Steelers. When they play the Steelers, I said like, Purdy looked like he can be great. Because all he needs to do is manage the game. The system that he's in doesn't need him to do a lot.
Yeah.
So I say he looked like he could be great. Because you know what I'm saying, like with those weapons, with that protection, with that defense. So not only he can be great. A lot of people could be great, but he's the one in that position. So as long as he doesn't lose the game for them, you gotta give him credit. You gotta give him credit. Throughout the season, he didn't play like MVP the whole. You know what I'm saying? The whole season, he didn't. But he was definitely I'll say top 5. But at the end of the day, he didn't win when he needed to win during the regular season. But now he has a chance.
He does.
Now he has a chance. So not only him, but the players around him. Now, is Devo going to play?
I think that's the question right now. I don't think they got that figured out yet.
Because if Devo doesn't play.
So for me, I think
that really that's the wild card. If Devo doesn't play, things are different. And I'll give the Lions a shot.
So the Lions were founded in 19. Was this? Relocated. It was not founded in 1930, and they relocated in 1934. So
some Lions
you can
history.
how hungry do you think these guys are to win a Super Bowl? They've never been to. Listen, they've never been to a Super Bowl, and they've never obviously won one because they've never been to one. So how hungry do you think they are compared to the Niners and the Niners fan to try to win this game and get to the next level?
When I grew up in Puerto Rico, I used to watch a lot of Niners and Lions. So and Steelers after I started playing like Pop Warner or Pee Wee in Puerto Rico. But it was a lot of Barry Sanders and the 49ers too though. Jerry Rice and Montana and stuff like that. But the thing is like I always knew about the Lions, and I knew that they suck even when they have Barry Sanders, and we know that Barry Sanders is one of the greatest athletes in the history of the galaxy. You know what I'm saying? And they still suck with him. Like, and we don't know. You know what I'm saying? We don't know any of the quarterbacks, and he was still like unstoppable. The same thing with O.J. Simpson. We don't know any of the quarterbacks that play with O.J. Simpson, and that dude was unstoppable. How do you have no quarterback? No teams around you, and you still like dominant. Like you're like the best player in the league. Barry Sanders was like that. And even when they have Calvin Johnson, though, they still suck. They suck for life. And they're finally here, so it feels like kind of like a magical season for them. The coach, people have different opinions on him. I seen or heard some good things and some whack things. So, but they have a chance. If Devo doesn't play, they have a chance. That's all I'm gonna say. Yep,
I feel like the Lions do have a really good chance because they have talent on both sides of the ball.
They are talented. Talented. I just don't trust them because I give a lot of value on experience and players that have done it in the past, and I don't know if they have a lot of those players.
Well, they do have their safety was at the Super Bowl last year. C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
Right.
So they got some experience, some leadership in there, to try to help them navigate that.
They definitely have a chance.
And C.J. Gardner-Johnson played them last year in the NFC Conference Championship too. So, like, this is back-to-back years he's playing the Niners in the NFC Conference Championship. So I feel like this is going to be a really good game.
It should be a great game as well.
The Lions will pull this out. I got Chiefs-Lions in the Super Bowl.
So on the other side, real quick, what do you think is gonna be the key factor with the Chiefs and the Ravens?
Oh, the key fact. Oh, I told you it's gonna be the Ravens defense. The Ravens defense is gonna have to stop. Like they're gonna have to just like the Josh Allen and the Bills couldn't. Well, not Josh Allen because he's not on defense, but the Bills on defense couldn't get a turnover. They couldn't get something, and any team that they can force a turnover in the playoffs, especially in one of these games, will possibly win the game.
So you think the Mahomes can beat that Ravens defense because they're not like that.
100%.
I think Humphreys is not gonna play too, so that's good for the Chiefs. But the Ravens, they play that real hard hitting. You know what I'm saying? Like Rough Rider, hit 'em up style.
Yeah.
And if the Chiefs don't bring their A game, they can get punked. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping that's not the case, and I trust that that's not going to be the case. But if they come ready to play, then they should beat them. But if not, Ravens can like just go crazy on anybody. Unfortunately, prayers up.
For real. So man, you guys got the picks right there. We taking Chiefs and we taking Lions on both sides. He picked the Niners, but he says the Lions could probably pull through too. So he's like on the fence. So that way next episode he not looking back. He's like, well, I did say that the Lions could beat them, but if the Niners win, then it's like, well, I told you the Niners are gonna win. So he's just trying to win-win situation.
Everybody knows. You want to bet? What's up?
Yeah, but. Yeah, man. So that is it for our podcast today. And we will be watching these games tomorrow, which will probably be today if you guys are watching this on Sunday, because that's probably going to be uploaded tonight. And tomorrow, you guys wake up, probably see it. So with that being said, man, we will see y'all next week with the outcome of this conference game and our predictions for the Super Bowl. And hopefully some more news for each of our teams and some new hires that's going to get us in the right place. But with that being said, you guys know what time it is. This is the Steagles podcast, where we talk
all Steelers,
all Eagles, all NFL. Let's go, baby. Go Birds.
Boss.
Even though we're not playing, but go Birds.